Most companies have a standard set of documents that they create on a regular basis. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can utilize Airtable, Zapier, and Google Docs to create custom documents automatically. If that's of interest to you, keep watching. Hi, my name is Jeremy Taylor. I'm the owner of Defiant CNC, where we provide solutions to real problems in CNC machining and advanced manufacturing. If you receive value from this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can view future videos on ways that we can help you improve your business utilizing softwares like Airtable, Zapier, and other applications. Like I said in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom document from Google Docs utilizing Airtable and Zapier. So without any further ado, let's jump into my screen so you can see how we go about doing this. First of all, we're going to create a template document in Google Docs. Here you can include any pertinent information that you want to appear on every document that's printed. Your company logo, address, email, phone number, website. Now, these values in between the two parentheses are variables. So these are the values that we're going to be pulling from Airtable and entering into this document after the Zap and Zapier runs. Next, we're going to go over to our Airtable base, and here we're going to be working primarily with 4 tables. First, the customer table. This is where we're going to enter all the pertinent information that we want to appear in our document about the customer. The company name, the address, city, state, zip, and this final field, the full address, is a formula field that we're going to utilize to format the address so it appears the way we want it to in the document. These \n's just designate carriage returns. So when this address is printed out on our document, it's going to appear like it would on an envelope. Next is our parts table. Here's the part that we're going to manufacture for that particular customer. And in this case, we're going to create a Black Panther pendant made out of aluminum. Next is we're going to create a new job for that customer. So every time that customer orders that particular part, we'll create a new job for it and fill out the pertinent job information, like the job number, purchase order number. Here we're going to link it to that parts table, and this formula field is just formatting this linked value so it appears correctly in our template document. The same holds true with the customer field. This formula field labeled now is just going to print today's date on our document. And finally, the customer address is a lookup field that's referencing the customer's address that was entered into the customer table. And finally, we have a document storage table. After we create the document in Google Docs, we're going to have Zapier upload it into Airtable, and this is where that upload will take place. In order to initiate this Zap, we're going to be using an update record trigger. So when we click this checkbox called Add Internal Cert, the Zap is going to execute. So if we go over to Zapier, you can see exactly how we go about getting this automation to work correctly. Like I said, the first step is going to be a trigger. In this case, I'm using a software called Onto Air, which is a paid software. It costs $50 a month, and it allows you to trigger zaps based on an updated record. So here we select our base, which is called Defiant CNC. Next, we select the table. Here we have a checkbox field called Add Internal Cert. So like I said before, when that checkbox Add Internal Cert is checked, the Zap will execute within 5 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on the plan you have with Zapier. Our second step is an action that formats the date that we had in the now field. So this is how we want it to appear on our template document: the full name of the month, the day, and the 4-digit year. Here you can also specify a time zone if you're going to include the time. Our third step is an action that we're going to create a document from a template. And here we connect it to our Google Docs account and choose the internal cert document. Here we give it a name. This is the folder that it's located in my Google Drive account. And now we just plug in all the pertinent information so Zapier knows to map all this information correctly and put it into the correct location in our template document. Our fourth step is a search. And the reason we're just going to search for the document that we just created, and the reason that we're doing that is because now we want the fifth step is going to create a new record in Airtable. So once we find that document, we can create a new record in Airtable. Here you designate the base where you want to put the record. Here the table called document storage. Here's the record. We're referencing the record that we updated in step 1. And finally, we're going to upload customer documents into the field called customer documents. And finally, the sixth step, which is also an action, is the update record. And this part of the Zap is just going to uncheck the checkbox that we checked in order to initiate the Zap. And the reason why we want to do that is because if information changes, we can change the pertinent information in our Airtable base, run the Zap again, and we'll get a new up-to-date document. So let's go over to Airtable. We'll check Add Internal Cert, and we're going to run this Zap manually. So we run the Zap. See, it's triggering on one new record, the record that we checked, formatting the date, creating our document from the template, creating a new record in document storage, and updating our record by unchecking the checkbox that we initially checked. So if we go to our Google Drive, we can see here's the new document that was created in Google Drive. It's got today's date. It's got all the pertinent information from our Airtable base. And if we go over to our Airtable account, we can see that in the field customer documents that the document has in fact been uploaded. If we go to document storage, we can see that it's here as well. So all our documents would be stored here, and they'd appear as lookup fields in our jobs table. Well, I hope you receive value and learn something about how Zapier automations work utilizing Airtable and Google Docs. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or include them in the comments. I'll be sure to respond to your comments. And thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.